Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and this is the 90s Guy. Now today I wanted to talk a little bit about the NES Classic Edition console that is coming out November 11th, 2016. It is a NES Mini. It's got an HDMI port, HDMI, which is awesome. It won't be needed to plug into a coaxial. The graphics, I'm not really sure what this means. Will the graphics be upscaled? Will it look better on an HDMI TV? Because I still have my original NES hooked up to my flat screen. Some of the games look a little bit bad, but I'm not really concerned about it. Is this something I would be interested in getting? Yes. It's got games like Mega Man 2, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, Galaga, Bobble Bobble, Super C, Dr. Mario, Castlevania 2. I'm surprised they left off Contra, which is confusing to me. I believe also Donkey Kong, which I probably won't play it. I prefer the arcade version over this one. There are a lot of really good games on this system. I'm not going to list all of them. But you could look up the list of games online, and it also comes with a classic NES controller, and you could use your existing classic NES controllers that you had for the Wii and the Wii U. What is this product for? Who is this product directed towards? It's not for those who already have emulators, for those who have Raspberry Pis and flash cards and stuff like that. It is directed towards those who either have a ton of vintage and retro games and don't want to always get out their games and hook up their systems if they don't have them hooked up regularly. Or this is for people who want to introduce newer generations to the Nintendo. And at a $60 price point, I watched a video earlier on Pat the NES Punk. This value of games, if you were to go out and buy an original Nintendo, all these different games, you'd be spending close to $300 to $350. And, I mean, that's a lot of money, especially since games like Mega Man 2, the price are just going up and up. So, is it something that will make Nintendo a ton of money? Yes. Because it is capitalizing on the nostalgia factor, and it's also giving people something to enjoy retro and vintage games, but don't want to spend a ton of money. Because as we all know in the retro game community, I know myself, the games are expensive. They are getting higher as we speak. The Genesis is getting up there. 64 is on its way up. Nintendo has been on its way up. Some of it's gone down a little bit, but not very much. This is awesome. I wanted to give you guys kind of I've got tons of games for Super Nintendo, Genesis, regular Nintendo, 64. But this is just some of the games that I have. And the cool thing is these are the original games that I had from when I was younger. We have the Super Mario Duck Hunt and World Track Meet cartridge. You can kind of see there. We've got Super Mario 2. We've got Super Mario 3, which personally this is my favorite out of all of them. Dr. Mario, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project. Which, if you know, the Manhattan Project is actually on the Sega Genesis, and I believe it was called the Hyperstone Heist, which the gameplay, from what I understand, is pretty much similar. It's more of a less common game, so to speak, but it's a pretty good game. I've got tons more in the living room, but I mean, I have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, which Punch-Out! Is going to be on the system, but it's the Mr. Dream version because they lost the licensing to use the Mike Tyson character. Nintendo, I mean, as you can see, I got my classically trained Nintendo shirt on. Good job, Nintendo. This is great. I've been a fan of yours ever since I was little. I remember getting the NES console, which is the one I have in the other room. It's the exact console that I had from when I was little. Exact console, games, controllers, everything. And it's just awesome. The Super Nintendo is the same thing, and the Genesis. These are all my original consoles, all original games. It's some of my prized possessions. It really is. Nintendo has been a big part of my life. Video games have been a big part of my life. I'm 31 years old. I grew up in late 80s, early 90s. So, I mean, Nintendo has just always been a big part of everything. It's been a big part of culture. I'm so excited to see this. I'm so glad that generations will get to enjoy Nintendo just as much as I have for many years that I've been enjoying it myself. But check out my other videos. Like this video. Hit the subscribe button down below. And I will see you all later.